Hi all, so welcome to today's talk on Azure AI Studio. So Azure AI Studio is one of the offering from the Azure. So it is a platform. Basically, Azure AI is an AI Studio is a platform through which various AI offerings and the integrated solutions are being provided. So Azure AI Studio not only help us in terms of developing the AI solution, it help you to even reduce the lines of the code. So it becomes more like a low code, no code platform. So what is the Azure AI Studio? This is a low code, no code platform. It help you to train the models and fine tune the models or customize the models as per our need. So integration with the Azure machine learning is also comes as a by default when you create the Azure AI Studio. And then there is a lot of confusion usually around the Azure AI Studio and Azure Open AI Studio. So Azure AI Studio provides a broad range of tools and models for designing the AI applications, a broader platform supporting a wide range of Azure AI services, including machine learning, cognitive services. Whereas Azure Open AI Studio, it's basically provides you the Azure Open AI services, various models such as the Codex or GPT model or the Delhi, right? So going to the next one where we talk about the use cases for building the RAG application. So this is my LinkedIn articles which I have written recently talking about the semantic kernel where we speak on the how semantic kernel can help us to build the Copilot based applications and how agents can be built and how it is powerful. This covers more on a theoretical perspective. Whereas if you go to the AI powered custom Copilot, so this is more talks on how we are writing the code, and also it speaks on uh, architecture of it, the sequence of flow for it, right? Now I'm jumping on to my AI model. So now I'm on my LinkedIn profile. So if I go to the around my contribution, so I select published article. So you can see that recently I have published three articles. The first article which talks on a very basic, then there is a semantic which talks on little advanced, and then there's AI powered custom copilot which is talks about the code as well, right? So let us jump onto this to see further. And you can see that in this article, initially I have mentioned you on the custom copilot, what is a copilot and what is the advantage and when you can use it. Then I built a use case. The below use case is a pretty popular use case. And what I did here is I have uh, generate a PDF file. So what I did is I went to ChatGPT and I asked ChatGPT to provide me some information around the flowers. So it gave me some flower information around the flowers. So I saved that as a PDF. Then I import that PDF file into my blob storage, and then blob storage I attach it to the Azure search and so that I can import the PDF file. So once I import the PDF file into my Azure search, it does the vectorization on that. So basically the large PDF file are broken into the multiple chunks and then there is a vectorization happens on that. So once the vectorization happens, then we use the Azure Open AI. So for that I used ADA and the GPT. So through that, whenever I put some query onto the my console app, which is developed on the C Sharp. So it converts my query into the vector form and then it searches the data in the Azure search. So the below is the tech stack. What I used it. One is OpenAI model, GPT model, text embedding model, AI search, Azure blob storage. Right. So these are all things which we need it in our current demo as well. But however, we'll be not be doing any .NET or semantic kernel SDK for that, right? So it's a no code, low code platform through which we are trying to develop the same application. So when you further scroll down, you could see the resources which I have created, models what I used, and this is the overall a very high level architecture. So there is a console app through which you will query it. Then the queries are get converted into the vectorization form. Then vectorization form it search back to the data and it pulls up. Right. If you scroll down further, you can see that at the end of the this document, I have given you the results how it looks like. So there is a lot of code. So once you have gone through the code. If you find any challenges, please comment me. So here this is the document which has the information which I converted into PDF and uploaded. So when I query something like how, so example, I just wrote a rows, so it provides me the full details of the rows, right? So these are the samples what we have created. So now let us jump back to our presentation to see further that how we are going to develop the entire application. So coming back onto the presentation, so for the demo preparation, what we do is we create a PDF file. So where we use the chat GPT to get the some of the information. So let us keep our PDF file in a concerned manner so that we can have not more than 1 or 2 page of a PDF file, and then save that file, and then create a Azure AI Studio, and then create a Azure AI search as well. So if we go to the next step, there you can see that we have created Azure AI Studio and AI search. So here when you create the Azure AI Studio, these are a set of the resources which get created automatically, right? Which includes your hub, storage account, AI services, and the keyword. And you have to create separately the AI search. So once you create these components, then you have to create a project within the Azure AI Studio. So you go into the Azure AI Studio, then you create a separate project. Then in that project, you try to link between the Azure AI search to Azure AI Studio and import the PDF file and vectorize into the AI search. Then use then you have to create basically a GPT and embedding models, which I have shown it here. So once you create GPT and embedding model, then go ahead and create the prompt flow. And from the prompt flow, you have to configure your input and output parameter expectation. So based on that, whenever you query some of the data in, so it will show you the outcome results. So now what I will do is I will jump on to my Azure part where I will be showcasing you how the entire demo setup will looks like. Okay, now I'm on my Azure portal. So there is a new RJ group I have created. So I have created two RJ. So resource group. This resource group I created more to showcase you how the resources are getting created. In another resource group, which is a second part of this video session. So where you will be seeing that how the entire demo get executed. So when I create a resources, you could see that these are all resources got created. So I click on the hub part. So I go on the hub, then I jump onto the launch Azure AI Studio. So once the AI Studio pops up, you have to create a new project. So the new project which already I have created. So I get on to this. So once you create your new project, you'll be seeing all these offerings on your left side, right? So as a first point, what you have to do, you have to select the model which you need it for your demo purpose or your project purpose. So here I needed a GPT 4.0 and the text embedding. So for that I will use the GPT 4.0 mini, right? So I'll be using this one. Then I'll be using the text embedding small for the demo purpose. These two I'll be using for the demo now. And once I deploy this, so basically you have to select it and say deploy. So you will be able to see your deployed version. So whatever you deployed onto your AI Studio, you will be able to see in the deployment. So you click on the deployment, you will be able to see the two services which you have deployed. So this is the first one what we'll be doing, right? These two I'll be doing it. Uh, then the next part comes that how we are going to create or import your blob storage data so that you can vectorize it. So I click on the indexes, then I say new index. In the new index, what I will do is I will go ahead and click on the upload files. Then I click on the upload. Then I say upload file, right? So once I click on this, it will pops up the location where I have a file. So I should be able to import the file to process further. So now what you can see here is that uh, the file which I'm going to use it. So that file is this one. So it has contains the information of the various flowers. So rose, lavender, marigold, and some more. So this is the file what I'll be going to import in my solution. So when I go back to my upload file, so this file I already upload here, which is a test doc. Then I click on next. Now I have to link between my Azure AI search to AI Studio. So what I will do is browse the resources. So it should be able to get the resources from for the search so that I can add it to connection. So I click on the add connection. So I'm linking between the Azure AI Studio to AI search. So this is a vector index what will be created. Then I say next. Then I say next. Then I say create vector index. So it takes some time to get develop the entire vector index. It will run a ML job for the entire vector index creation, which you can even see while running this. So this is the running state here, and then what you can see that here the status what it has given. So total 3 steps. So it is currently running on the first step, and here you'll be able to see the job details. Right, so let me click on the job detail so that I should be able to show you how the machine learning is running it. So how it is extracting the data and then chunking the data and then it's processing the data. So this is the steps how it will be doing, right? So it takes some time to chunk it and process the data. So meanwhile, what I will do is I go to prompt flow, create, and I will go ahead and select Q&A on your data. So I say clone, then I create clone, right? So now it will create a prompt flow for you. So once the prompt flow is created, we get inside that prompt flow and we'll try to create input and output parameters, right? So in the when you try to create some of the resources, right? So these are some of the challenges what we face, right? So here it is showing some issue. So typically what is happening is we are not getting all the resources getting allocated as per our need, and sometimes it pops up some of the issues. So what I have done is I have in the next session of this video, I mean the continuation of this video, I'll be showing you the full-fledged working demo. So let's jump on to a new resource group where everything is set up and we see that entire the flow or the execution how it works. Right guys, so you might be seeing the second section of the video. So this video I created separately because I was struggling to get the resources which are being allocated from the Azure side. So finally today I'm able to get the resources. So I have set up the entire no code low code platform using the RAG. So now you will see how this works, right? So this is a AI studio and I have created a project. So you have to click on the projects and then you'll be creating one new project, right? So after creating a new project, so you come down to models. In the model section, you have to select the models which you wanted to deploy. For our use case, we are going ahead with the GPT 4o, sorry, 4 mini. So that's the one we will be using it. That's here, right? So this is the one we will be using it, and the next one is on. So since it's a Diwali, so you might be hearing some noise. Okay, so let me go to the second model which I am looking for. The second model is a embedding, right, which is a ADA, or else let me put embedding, and I will change the collections to probably all. Okay, so here you can see that we have got a text embedding 3. So these two resources I have selected. So when you go to the deployments, right, so if I click on the deployment, I should be able to see both the models which are being deployed here. So in terms of the resources, when you create a AI studio, you will be getting a blob storage. Along with that, you will be getting the AI, which is Azure AI services. Then you get the Azure AI Studio. So basically, this is called as a hub where all of the services you're going to connect. So what I have done, I went to the index and I have created the index as well. So first you have to create the GPT services which you're looking, then you'll be creating the index, right? So once you create, this index will be ready for you to process or embed the data. so which you'll be seeing you'll be seeing in the first part of the video, right? So once the index is created, then you go to the prompt flow and you will be creating the prompt flow here. So this is one of the prompt flow which I created. So I click on the prompt flow, and the problem what I was facing, I was not able to get the computation which is being getting allocated for me. So it was taking a quite long time, and I was finding very difficult to get these resources. So today I have got the resources, so I started recording the session for that. So I have put how many types of flowers. So this PDF file is the same which is on the LinkedIn, through which I have written a code using the semantic kernel. So the same PDF file I will be using it. So there you have seen a lot of code which has been written, but here we are not writing any single line of a code. So how many types of flowers? That is a question that I'm asking. But meanwhile, I have to set up first the inputs. So the input what I have given, I click on this, you'll be able to see all the inputs what I have given. So I'll be using indexing type for the Azure, and my AI search name is a search Sharon, and the index name which is auto created when you import the data through the AI Azure services. So that's the name which was given by default, and the content field is the content what we'll be using. So you'll be getting a lot of other options here, but basically you should be selecting the content, and then embedding we are doing a content vector, and the metadata JSON string what we'll be selecting here, right? So we'll not be going ahead with all the other data, so we have to select this one. Then we'll be connecting for embedding. We are connecting to Azure OpenAI, and this is the embedding tool which is being created with the embedding deployment what we'll be using. So this is a setting what I'm doing, and then you have to select this portion is auto populates. This portion again you have to click and select the hybrid model. So once you select the hybrid model, then you scroll down, then you are coming to the setting for the how the output should look like, right? You are coming to the answer the question with the context. So here you are selecting your open AI search, and then you will be putting a chart. Here you will be using a GPT 4.0 mini which you have already deployed. So right, the same deployed version what you have to select here, and then you will be selecting the response format as a text, right? So this is the base setting what we have to do it. So once you do all this base setting, once you do the base setting, so you should be able to run it. So once I click on the run, it takes the data from the vector search, and then it query using the how many types of flower, which is I have written this particular string. So it will search there and it will display the answer. So let us run this. So I click on the run. So I use the default variant for all the nodes. So I click on the submit, right? So now you see once it's process the complete, then you will be able to see the output of the data. Okay, so it takes some time, like 1 or 2 minutes initially, to search and show you the result, right? So we'll wait for a minute and to get the data. Okay, now we have the data as an output, which you can see it over here. View your output data, right? So what I will do, I will go to view output. So how many types of flower? So there are 5 types of flower mentioned in the document. So these are all the data which is populated from the PDF file which we have uploaded. Uh, okay, let me take a rose. So I will type provide few details on rose. Now again I will click on the run. I select use a default variant for all the nodes. Then I submit it. I will wait till the processing happens. Okay, we have got the output. So I click on the output. See, so this entire context of RAG, I'm able to do it without writing a single line of code. So that is one of the use case that how we can use the Azure AI Studio. And that's all for today. Probably I will come up with a few more video explaining around Azure AI Studio. Thank you. Bye.